Welcome to the Lavonda Ray Show. I am your host, Lavonda Ray. And I would first like to start off by saying good morning and thanking God for waking me up and getting a good night's sleep last night. And I want to thank the man above for anybody that's tuning in or just chose to tap in and just want to sit around and God woke you up and you're at work making it through the day. Let's just give that a blessing. Let's give that a round of applause because waking up is always a beautiful thing. And of course, if you've been into my show before, you know I'm coming from the Midwest, the show me state where we come in, and show out. And of course, if you have questions or you just want to call in and voice your opinion, feel free to call. I'll take the call. All voices matter. If you have a question, you can leave it in a question box, or you could just sit and listen and suck up a good conversation, a few giggles. I don't know. It might make you laugh. It might not make you laugh. It might be interesting. It might not. But I'm just a voice. I'm not a genie in a bottle. I'm not a doctor. I'm just somebody with a voice that I believe and I know that I deserve to be heard, and all voices matter. So today I was discussing it's going to be okay. We got this. Now, let that soak in for a few seconds. Take a deep breath. You know, I have spoken on several of my shows about, it's okay to cry or it's going to be all right. I spoke on self love and self encouragement, and though it may sound like the same thing, it's not, self care to me looks like, fixing yourself up, makeup, a new hairdo, a new outfit, and really that's just a band-aid to cover your feelings because we have to look a certain way to go into society, right? So image and feelings are also connected, and you wake up and like today, I wake up and the weather's a little gloomy and sometimes and it looks very gray outside. Sometimes gloomy weather can do two things. It can either make you extremely tired and just feels like you don't want to do shit all day, but you have to do it because this is life and the weather is forever going to always change. Or sometimes the weather can make a person feel not so sleepy, but maybe more depressed. Um, you ever woke up or have you ever looked at your life at the age that you are and say, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's working. It seems like everything that I'm trying to do, it seems to fail. People come in my life, they tend to leave. No one stays forever. And you get these feelings, and then now when you get those feelings, it's a matter of how do I alter these thoughts? I know that, for me, I believe in God, and I know that if anything that I need, desire, I ask. Ask and you should seek. Ask and you should find. And I ask, and I get seen a lot of things when I'm asked to see a vision or asked to be directed in the right way. And for other people that do not believe in that, there are other things. You have gut feelings, which also is part of the spiritual thing, but you have gut feelings. And so when you feel these ways that you're feeling down and you don't know exactly why, and you're trying to do the best thing that you can do in life, and it just seems like nothing is working, but I'm going to tell you, we can't give up. We got to keep going. We have to find something in the middle to keep us afloat. Because it's so easy to get way, way deep into the ocean. I literally mean so deep where you can't even see. All you see is images, just a little hand just waving in the water from 1,000 feet away, and that's all you see. And so when we get like this, or we have these moments, I try to be very positive. I speak encouragement. I love encouragement. I love peace, and I love to be happy. But I too, I get sad, and I work on self love. Doing my hair and self encouragement, telling myself I'm a great person, but still, it's something still rooted in me that needs to be watered a little bit more to understand the process of this is only momentarily. Um, So anybody that's fighting a fight right now on trying to figure out why life is beating you up or life feels like it's selling you short, and I know that even if you feel that way, and it's a feeling, remember it is a feeling, and eventually, if we ignore those feelings, which we cannot do, the feelings will either go for our favor or go against our favor. Like sometimes you could be so caught up in things not going right in your world, and now you want to go out and fuck the world up. You know what I mean? Like fuck the world. I want to do this, but the world didn't do it to you. It makes you feel that way because when things get hard, it's like this person and this situation and this, and sometimes it is that person or that situation. But at the end of the day, it is us. It is you. You have to go through a storm, and if you ever went through a quiet storm, it is very much different from a regular storm. A quiet storm is where no one knows you, and I literally have been walking that storm for a little bit over 3 months. And I felt so comfortable with making myself heal. I felt comfortable enough that I could get on my podcast and vent my heart because I know that I'm not the only one. But what I do know that if people that are hurting and life has got you down, that there are opportunities that where maybe you realize, hey, I'm not the only one and talk about it because voices are life. Voices give us life. What we speak gives us life. What we say gives us life. So if we say to ourselves, this is some bullshit, this is terrible, it's not going to get better, then it's not. Because you have already outlined out that it's not going to get better. So what you say is, hey, I don't understand what the fuck is going on right now. I really don't. But I know I'm going to trust that these steps that I'm taking is going to give me a lesson and it's going to work out. That I know that every day is not going to be strawberries and peaches and cream. There are going to be days that you feel like that life is just not fair. And that's exactly what it is. Life is not fair. And so, in order to make life fair for yourself, you have to make room for making mistakes. Because sometimes we make mistakes and we're so hard on ourselves and we beat ourselves up. I should have did this. I should have did that. I don't know how to. We are hard. We are our worst critic. I don't know if that's a saying that sounds cliche or if it sounds fake as fuck, but it's real as fuck to me. That is some real life shit. You could go for being one of the happiest person that you fucking know. You're the one, and everybody looks at you and say that person she's always happy or he's always happy. Welcome to the studio. I would like to give a welcome to. I'm gonna call you Kay in the studio because I can't say your name, but welcome. And if you like, you tell me what city and state you're from. And if since you just tuned in, I will have been speaking on "It's Gonna Be Okay" and "We Got This." And I don't know how long you've been listening, but I was speaking on you know feelings, emotions, and how to deal with them, and knowing that it will too pass. It's like a storm. It's raining like a motherfucker out here in Missouri, and I'm sure there are some very much broken souls. There's broken hearts. Some people woke up and lost somebody. Somebody woke up and had a baby. Like life is full of the unexpected, but it's gonna always be okay. It may not be perfect because nothing in life is perfect. We all know that. If someone tells you that life is perfect, they're fucking lying to you, and obviously they haven't lived life long enough to tell someone that life is perfect because life is most certainly not perfect, just like human beings are not perfect. But if you do wake up and you don't feel so great about yourself, and you're wondering why the world has got to be hard on you, the world is a hard place. That's why, as a child, you play and you do all these children things as a child, and you do them because why? You're a child. But then as you grow up, you start to want to see and do more, right? And then the life of pattern, as we start to grow from being 5 years old to even 12 years old, the mentality has changed. And 12-year-olds these days look like they're 30. And then you get a little bit deeper into life. You get a little more seasoned as life goes on and your age begins to grow and you begin to grow. So does your mind, and so does problems, and so do issues. So isn't it funny how you can get right in the center of your life, and all of a sudden, the reality of actually living life is actually there. Like it's easy to live outside of life when your parents is taking care of you, or you're living with your grandma, or you're living with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and whatever. You got someone taking care of you. It's always easy when you have someone doing what you need to be do. But see, what happens sometimes with us is that we get so we want to be independent, and you go out and you look for this independency because you see all your friends and you see all this other shit growing, and you're like, oh, I want to take that leap. And then you get out there in that leap and you see that the world, it will dog the fuck out of you. You can be dogged at your job, just dog everything in life. And I'm gonna always say this: unexpected. Just like it's an unexpected feeling when you become sad or you become depressed or you start to question why life is the way it is. But the thing is, we question it, and once you question it, you gotta act, and not in a negative way. You have to tell yourself, listen, I've been on this throne before, and I've been here. But what I'm not gonna do is allow myself to stay here because I have spent a lot of times this is a reminder. In tears. Utilities. Do you hear that, you guys? This, I am so original. Otherwise, I'll remind you in an hour. That's Alexis, y'all. You gotta just. I am not this perfect. Is a reminder. Pay utilities. If you finish this, just let me know you're done. Otherwise, I'll remind you in an hour. Alexa, done. I'm okay, sorry. I'll stop reminding you. I'm just saying. I'm not. I'm just a regular person. I have flaws. You could just see my Alexa continue to come on. She wanted to say something, but she was reminding me to pay my light bill. Ain't that a bitch? I just pay. And that's another thing about life is that you get older and then you get your own shit and you like, yay, turn up. I'm at my mom and dad's house. I got my own shit. Oh fuck! You get that first utility bill. Oh shit! Not only is this a light bill for $120? Oh no! And my rent's $1,500, and I gotta get groceries. And then now the circle of life begins. And now you have to realize, in order to get groceries and keep my lights on, I got a fucking job, right? And then there we go again with life's final circle. And as you start to work into society and you meet people, that's when life starts to get a little bit unpredictable and emotion starts to set in, because when you were 5, you didn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. If you did, it didn't mean shit. It was just, hey, we're 5. It was innocent, I hope. But then when you're in your 30s, it's totally different. In your 30s, hey, I got to shit or get off the pot. Because if I don't get off this motherfucker, I'm going to drown in my own shit, literally. So you get older, you pay these bills. And then, like I said, the circle of life starts to continue. And that's when we tend to get depressed, upset, sad, not understanding life because it's coming at you in so many fucking ways. Left, right, left, back and forth, forward and back. Relationships failing, you know, losing jobs, gaining jobs, looking for work, trying to live in society, trying to figure out who the fuck you are, and also try to walk around with this fucking mask on your face so the real world doesn't know that you're really upset and sad on the inside. But what I can tell you about being sad on the inside, that it is a tomorrow. And I promise you, if you say like things like, I can do this and that I am who I am, I cannot change that. But what I can change is my way of thinking. I can tell myself, all right, I may not have the longest hair, but I have a pretty smile. You see, Bing. I may have big feet, but I have pretty skin. I don't fucking know. Look at yourself and find something unique about it. Because everybody got something special. You know, there's things on me that I don't fucking like. Why do I got such a big ass forehead? Duh. Thanks, mom and dad. Um, you know, my dad has a big four-ass head. Man, he rests in peace. But I think that's where I got it from. Big ass forehead. My forehead big as shit. Go look at my profile picture. You see me smiling, you see a big ass forehead. Forehead, doo-doo, or eight head as they call it. But anyways, we're not all perfect. We can all find something in ourselves that is special. Like, I don't like my fat ass, big ass forehead, but I have a great smile. You know, I love to laugh and I love people. So I got this, and so do you. So no matter what, it's early in the morning or it's late at night in another time, another place. Just remember that you are someone that deserves to be uh, recognized. You are worth it. You're smart and you're educated. I know that sounds so original, but believe it. And only you know you better than anybody fucking else. You know you better than anybody. So it's gonna be okay. We got this in the bag. We got our ups, we got our downs, but we are never down for long. Stay down for a minute and climb yourself right the fuck up. And so also with this ongoing conversation, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 questions. I had did some questions a few episodes back that people, a couple of my friends had asked me, and I said I would discuss it, and then maybe if anybody that's listening, if you have a question about it, or if you have a comment, or if you feel some type of way about how I answer my question, please feel free to call. And if y'all are listening to the lighters, we like the blunt. All right, so I'm gonna get to these questions. The last questions of my last show, the last leading question was, oh my gosh, I think I gotta look at my paperwork. I'm sorry because I have the questions wrote down. But I was trying to remember the very last questions, which I want to believe the last question was, um, okay. I don't. Give me a second. Let me see. The last set of questions I had was, what? I don't remember the last question because I can't find the paperwork. All of that. But I have questions here, and I'm gonna read them, and I'm just gonna answer them to the best of my knowledge. And like I said, I don't know. It may go left, it may go right. Who knows? But this question here, I think I want to. Okay, so we're gonna go with this. Question is, does age matter when it comes to love? I mean, does age matter when it comes to love? I think, depending on your age, um, I think it just depends on your age in general. I think if you're 15, you shouldn't date a fucking 40-year-old, 30-year-old man, not even 25. I know some people will argue, well, I love this person and this, but this is me. This is my thoughts. Okay. If I'm see someone that's, let's say that the man or the woman is, we're going to give them 18. All right. Let's make them legal. And they're dating and sleeping with somebody who's 44. All right. Gross, right? In our minds, right? Bitch, like that's supposed to be your son, dude. That's supposed to be your daughter. You are fucking disgusting, right? I mean, my opinion, it can't work because this is my thing. If I'm 18 and you're 44, you've already lived 44 years. So what the relationship's going to end up being is control. The older individual is definitely going to control the younger individual as far as even their thinking because they can only think as an 18-year-old, not like a 44-year-old. So therefore, the 44-year-old will have the upper hand on every situation with the younger individual. The younger individual will tend to, latch on to the older spouse because they're the ones that's going to have their back in their mind. That's going to be there for them, provide for them, and take care of them, whether it's mentally or whether it's not. I just think that age does matter depending on your age. Um, we all know that it is unhealthy. Looks like a 5-year-old dating an 8-year-old. Gross. But what about a 50-year-old woman or a 50-year-old man dating, I don't know, a 90-year-old? Then you're like, ugh, what the hell are they gonna do tonight? Same thing. So does age matter when it comes to love? I think it's a thin line. I can't really say. I feel that, depending on the, so it would matter with me. I personally, I am 48. You will not see me dating an 80-year-old ass man. The fuck I'm gonna do with him? He's been on here in this world 80 plus years. He's set in his ways. He's probably gonna sit around the house watching black and white TV, black and white shows, repeatedly smoke. I don't fucking know. I don't want to sound like I'm just a judge, but the fuck I look like. I would never date. I'm not gonna say never, but I'm not gonna date no 80-year-old, and I'm 48. So does age matter? To an extent, depending on that person and their status. With any of my children, they're adults now. But if my 18-year-old was to come home and say, "Hey, mom, meet my new boyfriend. He's 46." I'm a motherfucker. Who the fuck is he? Nick, what? Nah, 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 nah. This ain't gonna work. Cause what the fuck do you want with my daughter? But sex or something. I don't know. You don't want her. You don't want her. You're trying to fuck up her mind. So by the time she's 21, she looks like she's 35 because you don't took her through there. So, um, yeah, and vice versa. So yeah, that's my opinion on that question. The next question was, what is something that you struggle with and still struggle with? Well, shit. I know this may sound crazy to you, but my struggle is my weight. Like, you have people that want to lose weight. I'm the opposite, and so I have been struggling because I used to be like 90 something pounds in my 30s, and I used to get made fun of. I wouldn't say bully, but people would always call me skinny mini or little bit, just little. And although names seemed to be fun, it bothered me. And then as I got older, I started to self encourage myself, and I ate and I ate and I ate, and I started to see improvement in myself once I started to eat, and my weight became normal and not abnormal. It's abnormal for a woman to be 40 something years old and only 90 pounds. You know, um, but if you are like me, that is something I struggle with, and as I struggle with it, I finally got it down to where my weight is all right. Because of my eating habits. I probably only eat twice a day, but I eat and I snack in between times. So, if you snack a lot, that'll give you weight off the gate and pasta. And, so that is something I struggle with. I don't know if anybody else struggles with that, but I have and is still struggle with that. I also struggle with, you know, sometimes I don't know how to say the right things to people. Like sometimes I say it. You know how you ever said something and you said it too fast and it came out your mouth before it was supposed to? You were thinking it, and then when you open your mouth, the wrong shit came. Been in that position because my goodness, I've done that so many fucking times. I had meant to say something else, and damn it, something else came out my lips. And then my voice and everything became to be a crush for someone because now I have said this and I've done that, and now they can think this and they can think that. So I struggle, with that as well. I used to struggle with, trying to be a people pleaser. I don't know if, people that's listening know what that is. A people pleaser is somebody that want to please every fucking thing. And, about 10 years ago, I was that person. Like, I actually gave a fuck about what people fucking thought about me. And you're not supposed to, but it's kind of hard. Everybody needs a little validation, right? You put on a nice dress. You want someone to say, girl, that dress looks cute. or your hair is slamming, or dude, that outfit on you, you rocking that, bro. Anything that sounds a little feminine, but you guys know how to fuck me and talk. But anyway, you know what I'm saying with that. So that is something that I struggle with. You know what I mean? Second question is, would you date someone just for money? I believe I've already covered that question on my last podcast. Um, no, I'm not, because this is the thing. If I date someone for money, we're never gonna fucking make it, because I'm not with you for you. Strictly about the money, and you might get straight asshole on me and take the money away, and then I'm back to being without money because I depended on someone that had money and who decided to take the money. So I would date somebody for money. I'd rather have, my time is too valuable. And it'd be nice. I would have a friend with money. Would I hang out? Yeah, we'd be best of friends. Shit. So no, I wouldn't date anybody with money. What is something in your life that has changed you for the good? For me, one thing that changed me for good was having my grandkids. Um, and another thing changed me for that made me better was being in a relationship, and struggling to keep that relationship, and then realizing that that relationship held no more water than my thoughts. Um, it changed me in a good way, because I realized that sometimes you can love somebody so hard and so much, and if they don't reciprocate that love back, and if the only thing that they're giving you back is, heartaches, headaches, and cries and tears and questions, that's not the relationship for you. And it's very, 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 very hard for me at that time to deal with it, to accept it, and be like, this person was never about me, because it's never a good feeling when you're embedded with someone for 3, 4, 5 years and then they change on you. And you don't know where the change came from, why it started, or even how long the change is going to last, but it's there. And it's almost like trying to figure out life before life is ready for you to figure it out. So it changed me a lot. Relationships change all of us. It changed me for the good. I know that the next clown that I probably will conversate with, I'll be more aware on, and I'll know more about what I definitely don't want to do in a relationship. So it changed me. It gave me a lesson, and it changed me to understand that not everybody's going to love you like you love them. So that was something that changed me. So, yeah. The next question is it, would you, would, the other question was, would you marry someone for 6 months? But I already answered that question on my last podcast. Do you believe in love at first sight? I believe, I don't know if you can, I believe you can, I believe that you see somebody and be like, he is fine as fuck on first sight, but I ain't in love with your ass. Like, you fine and motherfucker. Maybe we can fall in love. But there have been cases that I've seen on TV where people literally have met for the first time and they were clicked up and never ever got separated. Now, whatever goes on behind them closed doors, because love at first sight means first sight you fell in love, but you don't know nothing about them. You have no idea who they are because you fell in love with their face. You fell in love with what they were saying at first sight. Isn't that what that means? Like, first time, like, I'm walking in a grocery store and I see a handsome guy, and first thing I do is just, I'm in love with him. Don't know if he got a bitch. Don't know if he's a good person. Don't know if he's a beater. Don't know if he's a crook. Don't He might be a gentleman. You don't know any of those things because you fell in love at first sight. Just boop, I fell in love. And I don't even know his last name, but I think he said it was William. but I think he said his name was Jake, but I think that's a street name. But so his real name is Jason, Jason Jack. I don't fucking know. Love at first sight is possible though. I've seen it on TV. Like I said, I've seen it on TV. I haven't actually witnessed no one that actually had love at first sight, but I'm sure it's possible. You know, I just think that it would be a little, you know, love at first sight. Do I believe in it? I believe that you have to know somebody. Welcome to the studio, Emerson Piping. Thank you for tapping in. If you have any question or any comments you would like to add to the conversation, or if you just want to sit and listen, that's perfectly fine with me because all voices matter. I was talking about, do you believe in love at first sight? And I was saying, I believe you could look at somebody and be like, "This fuck is first sight," but falling in love with somebody at first sight, that's kind of, I don't know, that's not really what I don't know. It has never happened. I've seen it happen on television. But like I said, falling in love at first sight, you're not falling in love with their personality. You're falling in love with their sight, the sight of them. So how do you know that you're falling in love at first sight with a fucking killer or something? Like, could be the worst man on the earth or the worst woman. I don't fucking know. But love at first sight, it has happened. I've seen it on television. I've never seen it personally in my life. But I'm sure that it does happen. Now, the next question was, would you date your ex's friend, family, or a family member? Okay, let's put the icing on the cake. There have been so many relationships I've seen, women and men that have dated one person and then end up falling in love with the sister, or end up falling in love with the brother, or the cousin, or the best friend. Mm, I don't. I think, you know, I wouldn't want to date none of my ex's friends, because not because they're friends. I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, laugh about it. I don't care. It ain't that. It's just that if they're friends, that means they got something in common they all share. So if you wasn't, too great to me, I am not gonna go date your cousin or your brother who is a replicate, or got the same mind frame and the same as the person I love. And then I wouldn't want the oddness. But then again, there are brothers and sisters that are night and day. Be like, oh, well, this brother, he was really mean, but this other brother, he was really sweet. So yes, I dated both of them, but I've only dated one. Now, as far as my real life, I'm gonna bleed a little bit, guys. I have dated brothers without knowing. Okay, how the fuck? Well, one, they had different last names. Okay, they had different last names. Um, and the funny part is, so I'm dating one of the guy's brothers. Didn't know about the other one, okay? And these was like years apart, okay, like decades, okay. So didn't know, and I'm still gonna stand. I didn't fucking know until I went in the house, and the guy I was dating, the first brother. I go into the mother's house where he was living, and so fucked up. I walk in his house, and I see all these pictures on the wall. And I take a deep breath, like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh my god, oh, what is going on? This is in my mind. I'm like this shit. Oh shit, this is. Oh, they're gonna call me this. They're gonna think this. Oh my, I got what the fuck? I didn't know before. I didn't know that was your mama. Yeah, I got the same mama. Oh shit. So that's what I was saying in my mind, right? Like, oh, all these thoughts. So I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. I'm looking at him thinking, does he know that I stay his brother? And he looking at me like, why this bitch acting so weird? Like, I'm thinking, are you and your brother close? Because you motherfuckers ain't talking. And then and then he's thinking, you know, chill out, calm down. I want you to be my bro. I want you to be my cousins and shit. I want you to be my mom. And then I'm like, oh shit. In my mind, I'm like, motherfucker, I already met your brother, but ooh, if you don't say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing type shit. But let me tell you how it happened. And it didn't crash and burn. And I ain't no hoe. Alright? Okay. So I go into the house and I see his mother. This is like 3 months in. because he was always at my house, and I never really, like I said, the brothers did not live in the same fucking house. Okay, I didn't know they had the same mama until goes over there and come up the steps, and first one I see is the mama. And I'm like, damn, is this your auntie? She said, "They're my bird." I'm like, oh shit, bird, hey, bird. And I look around and I'm looking at all the pictures on the wall, and I say, "Hey, dude, I'm talking to you right now." And I ain't gonna say, I'm not talking to him right now, but at that time, I said, "Hey, dude, is that your cousin or something, or your friend in that picture?" He look at the picture and he say, "Nah, that's my brother, man. It's my big bro." I'm like, "Oh, in my mind, I'm thinking, you need to tell him right away." No, I wasn't thinking that. I'm fucking lying. That is not what I was thinking in my mind. In my mind, I was like, shit, they finna call me a hoe. Shit, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Shit. That's all I was thinking. So, like, he say, "That my bro." I said, "Oh, I ain't finna tell him myself." So I'm like, shit. Now I gotta fight or flight. Do I tell him? Or do I wait for the brother to tell him? Is the brother even gonna? How about this? How about I don't say a motherfucking thing? Exactly what I did. I didn't say shit. And, well, needless to say, after eating some popcorn and hee yelling and doing what we did and smoke a little, laugh a little, we're, sitting in the living room. I don't know why the fuck we were in there. Anyway, we're watching TV with his mom. And the brother comes in. Oh, shit. Honey, let me tell you, he must have seen me sitting there and just looked at me. He looked at his brother. I said, I'm about to be the talk of the show. I'm about to be the head of the conversation. Can I go to the bathroom so I can jump out the motherfucking window? Nah. But real life shit, bro, come in. This brother come in. He don't say shit. He kind of give me that look like, you're. So eventually, like, months later, I told him, because his brother never said anything. So I always felt weird. So I eventually, and I'm not one to be telling you shit. Find out how you find out. But this situation was different. So I told him, I said, "Hey, we like each other, right?" Like, yeah, 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 yeah. We do our thing, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We do our thing. Shh. I used to mess with your brother. I didn't know he was your brother, and this nigga went from his skin tone being dark to a gray. I'm like, oh fuck. You should never ever expose yourself, Lavonda. So, to my surprise, he says, "Well, that was a long time ago, and it's okay." So I'm like, ooh. Feeling like a boss ass bitch. No, I'm playing, y'all. I was not feeling like a boss. I'm joking, okay? That was a joke. But in that situation, I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know until it was, all the damage had already been done. And it's like, it's too fucking late now. But don't you guys sit around and talk about me. So dating, would you date your ex friend or family? I have on accident. Would I date my ex's friend? I didn't like none of my ex's friends. Well, a couple of them probably were good looking, but they were just taunting and toxic. I didn't want that shit because he was an asshole and his friends were assholes. So why the fuck do I want another asshole? And that's funny because guys and girls are like, oh, the homeboy wouldn't do that because we tough, and the homegirl, well, I'm saying homeboy, and they say my boy would do that. You know what I mean? My boy would never. Shit, that's my boy. Shit, she over conversations a lot. You tell you, oh man, I wouldn't talk to that girl, and then let her offer up that cooch. He gonna talk to her, he gonna sleep with her, he gonna do all that answer change, and maybe tell his friend, and maybe not. Maybe, I mean, damn well she is, fuck, yeah, shit, and You go on the other side with the ex's friends or family members, I ain't gonna say family, with their friends, and then you realize this grass is shitty in the motherfucker over here. Like it got dog shit in the grass, part grass is brown, and the other part got rain on it. It's mud puddles in this bitch. Let me get my ass back across the other side of the fence. Grass ain't that green, so you just gotta be careful what you do. It's really again that's really up to the person. It's solely up to the person. If you dating somebody and the fucking dad woos you and you left the son and now you the dad, now you the stepmama. Oh boy, motherfucker, I hate that shit. I dated you, dated my stepmama. There'd be friction in that family all day, every day. There'd never be no peace in that motherfucker. But to each his own. So the next question was, would you rather have money or more time? Now that for me, I'd rather have time. See, here's the thing: money come and go. Motherfucker give you millions of dollars and you die tomorrow. You can't spend the shit. So I would rather have time because that's all we have in life. Life is all time. And if we didn't have time, we wouldn't know how to function, I think. I think if they took all the clocks and any source of being able to tell a sense of time, the universe would be fucked up because how you know when to do this, how you know when to do because everything's on the time. So what would that be like in a world with no time? That'd be a fucked up world because no one has no time to do anything. Everybody's just doing it and doing it because ain't no time limit on it. So I could kill 1,000 motherfuckers and ain't no timing on that. I could, you know, go to work and work as many hours as I want, but there ain't no timing on that. So I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Life and timing is just the way it is. So I would definitely rather have time. Money will eventually. I mean, you could be mediocre, or broke, a little bit broke ass. You can be a little bit broke, but you ain't gotta be poor. So, and then there's some people that say, "Fuck that! I'll take my chance. Give me the motherfucking millions and millions, and then I figure the fuck out. Fuck time right now." But you gotta realize, you get the money, you gotta have time to go spend that shit. It takes time to go buy a car. It takes time to go look at further. It takes everything is time. So when you bargain up on my bargain bid, I'm gonna stick with time because you can't get that time back. And sometimes I wish we can go back in time. You remember those movies, Back in the Future, whatever. If you could go back in time, like how far would you go? Like where would you start? And if you could be a certain age, why would you be that age? And why? If I could be a certain age, I would be the age I am now. No, I'm not. I'd be 45. Not too young, not too old, not quite 50, but kind of getting over there. But 50 is a wonderful milestone. So I think I would definitely rather have more time than the money. Uh, I got two more questions I'm gonna do, and then we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get off at the air because I gotta eat, guys. I have not ate no type of breakfast. I have not been to the grocery store. I need to go to the grocery store. Have you ever? It's the rain, is what I'm trying to tell you. Remember, I told you guys it was raining outside. It is gloomy as a motherfucker out here, and it makes me like, blah, 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 blah. But I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta do what they call real life shit. Man, don't you sometimes just hate going to the grocery store? I hate being around all those people. Excuse me, waiting in the checkout line. That is why having curbside or instant card or what is it called? Pick it up and deliver it or whatever the fuck. That is why that is a great thing to happen. Also, it's very scary because society is so fucking lazy. We Man, if things were to be taken out of society, the world is already crumbling. But think about it. If they didn't have if you go to your store, have you noticed lately, like they have self checks out in a lot of stores? What that means to me is, grow cool, self checkout, but that's less jobs because the computers are starting to run this whole fucking world. The whole society is ran and done by computers and credit cards, face recognition, thumbprints. We're not fucking aliens, but there's something here. What if? Just what if? What would it be like if there was no timing, um, and there was? Oh man, it's got me in deep thought. because what is the world without time? If someone took time away, like, would it go? I don't even know how to. It's just weird. If they was, like I said, if the world was to take away anything of source of time from society, to take away the things that we love, take away self checkouts, take away, you can lock your house from your phone. All this stuff that technology is winning in. That us as human beings going to be eliminated because computers is literally going to be running everything. Next, who's to say there ain't gonna be no fucking robots behind the cash register talking about, hello, how can I help you today? Good to have you at Walmart. Enjoy your day. And then you walk past the robot, they got all this super shit running around. Do you know what's even more scary? They have cars that are gonna be in the air. So who the fuck wanna drive a car there? That's some scary shit. Like, do you know how many air wrecks there would be? No, I'm just making it. That was a dry joke. But if cars were to drive in the air like planes, the fuck, how would, so what, are you gonna have air cops? Land your vehicle, land your vehicle, you are going too fast. Get into the other world where they drive normal cars. So you look back in the back before a time where there wasn't even cars, and then the person invented a car. It was a death trap, but it was made, and then through time, things changed and things changed. That changed. It's amazing how much change has happened from this generation to the last generation, from even 2000 to 2023. Everything has just changed. You know what I mean? Like, what if the world? It's not even a what if, because like a what if myself to death, but it has changed. We are in a changing world. We are in a society where people don't like you. You know, just because of who you are, what you do, and those are the type of people you have to worry about. People that has been, the worst type of people in the world is people that don't give a fuck. So I don't know what the world would be like without time, because I wouldn't even know what I'm doing right now, because I wouldn't have no time to shut the fuck up, because I don't have any time. We wouldn't know when our shows came on. Everything is time. So if they took that away, we would be fucked. If they not only took away time and they took away all the things, all computers. Oh my God. And you got to do everything manually or write it down. That is some shit. But it's the ancient. Nobody wants to do that. That was back in the 1900s. Like, who even looks at CDs anymore? You don't have to. You can pull it up on your TV. Who even uses a CD player? I mean, I have one. I am not goody two shoe, but the fuck, I ain't seen a CD player since I got spoiled to YouTube and Primetime and all that little special shit. Isn't that crazy? That is. And then the last question before I get off here, because I've been on here for 50 minutes just talking. What's a good thing about your city? Well, the city that I'm from, like I said, we come in and we show in and show out. I tell you, the good thing about my city is that we have a lot of talented people in the mid motherfucking West. Oh my God. The talent here is so, man, that's what I love about my city. Is there are a lot of talented people. There are a lot of people out here that does music. There's a lot of talented people that know how to build a motherfucking house from the ground. I ain't just talking about no. It takes you gotta know how to do construction. You gotta know how to measure and all that shit. Also, we have a wonderful college town, Mizzou. It's a very popular college town. My city, I just love that we also have all these. Well, no, we don't. I was about to lie on my city and say we had all these little shelters for homeless people, but we have them, but it's just not enough. We're not as big as New York, so the outlet on home people being homeless is not as great as New York, but we do have shelters and things like that. So I think that that's good, and I also think that the key to the city of where I stay in the Midwest, we do deal racism here and there, and we do got crime here because we get cranked the fuck up too. But overall, I enjoy my city because there are so many talented people in this city that needs to be lifted and noticed, and that's wonderful to have a city full of multi-talented people, and that's what I think about when I think about my city. And so, with that being said, I have two. Okay, I'm gonna do one more question, and then you guys, then I'm gonna cast off, and then hell, I'm gonna do me, give me some food in my belly, 'cause I'm hungry. What even sounds good for? I kind of want like a pizza, you know. No, 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 I'm lying. I'm gonna go to Walmart. I'm gonna shop, and I'm gonna cook. It's gonna take me about an hour. But the last question is: Have you ever been bullied? Are you a bully? Okay, I don't think I've ever been bullied. I think yes, I have. I was bullied by a boyfriend that I dated in college. But as far as being bullied at school, like you see shows where girls go in the bathroom and they don't want to come out. Fuck that girl. Get the fuck out the bathroom and start smacking bitches. They'll shut the fuck up. Um, and that's not bullying. That's taking up for yourself. So anybody that goes around and bullies another person, you're a bitch. And I say that because you're angry because obviously something in your home or something around your situation makes you want to be go around and try to ruin someone's life by beating them up to make you feel good. And we know that bullies either end up in prison or dead. Because who the fuck are you to bully another person? And that's what makes our suicide rate be so high because you have motherfuckers out here. That just bothers me. That bully people for no reason, bully you right every day at work. And there are some people that just don't know how to stand up for themselves. And so, when they're being bullied, something bad tends to happen. Either they go AWOL and shoot up a bunch of shit, or they go AWOL and harm themselves. And the thing about when people have cut themselves and they hurting, they don't want to die. They want help. So pay attention to the signs, and if you are a bully and you're fucking listening to me, I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, you're a bitch. And the only thing you're gonna get out of life is jail, or somebody's gonna one day beat the fuck out of you and kick your ass and put you in your place. Because the same way that a bully can come and take your money, I guess that's what bullies do, take your money, call you a bunch of names, talk about your clothes. People talked about my forehead, but they knew this forehead and these hands were too different. And you keep talking shit, I want to beat your ass. Not that I'm the toughest girl in the school or none of that shit, but I wasn't going for the okie doke. You're not fitting it. You better type shit. So, you know, being bullied, like I said, if you're going through it, stand up for yourself. If you being bullied by 4 or 5 motherfuckers every day at school, catch them bitches in the cafeteria. If y'all got trays, I'm sorry. You got a tray, up that motherfucker. Smack the bitch with the tray, the mother hoe's gonna run, the mother dude's gonna run. Oh shit! Oh shit! You don't mess with. See, and it's another thing when you bully, you don't know who the fuck. When you're being bullied, I would think that's fight or flight mode. Like you feel like I'm at the fight. I'm at the flight away from this, and and then most of the time when you run from a bully, guess what? The motherfuckers want to come right back and harass you. But it's always somebody bigger than them. So no, I'm not a bully, and I probably have been bullied behind closed doors at school. People talking shit about me, but never to the degree where it came to confrontation or I had to break off of somebody's ass. Now, as a relationship, I was bullied. My first, my relationship when I was in college, I had a boyfriend. He was a lot. He was a little bit older than me. We we're gonna call him bitch, but he was a bully. Like, this bitch would bully and talk about, how he didn't want me to, wear my hair certain ways. Bully me, tell me who I could be friends with. But guess what? That bully learned real fucking quick. You ain't been tell me who fuck I can be friends with, because one thing about me, my mom and dad taught me very well how to stand up for myself. And I wasn't always a pro with that. But you not finna tell me how to fuck to dress. Because then once you allow that, now you got me all fucked up and insecure. Because why? Once you go put on an outfit, you fucking clown. So he learned real quick, and no, our relationship did not last. But he was a bully. He would start arguments with me, and that's the thing about me is you can start an argument, but I'm gonna fix motherfuckers. I have a very disrespectful mouth when I'm upset, and it tends to be that way. I think with everybody when you're with your spouse or your significant other, and you can get on their head, you know. And I'm just that person, you tell me to shut the fuck up, I'm gonna tell you shut the fuck up. Why are you still talking then? Right. So you're not gonna bully me and tell me to be quiet, you know. What do I look like, Sparky the dog out there? I bark and you tell me shut the fuck up? I can't talk. No, 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 no. So if you are a bully, like I said, kiss my ass and nothing good's gonna come to you. And if you are someone that is going through the bullying, it's okay to stand up for yourself. If you have to, some people are like, oh, welcome to the studio, Chili Jelly. Give you a warm welcome. And I was talking about bullying, if you are a bully, and I was saying if there's somebody out there, because the question was, are you a bully or have you been bullied? And I'm saying, if you're a bully, bitch, fuck you. Because you got to be bullying somebody around, because something must not be right in your fucking life, and it must make you feel good to hurt other people. But people that bully, like I said, there's only two places you can fucking go: jail and maybe die, or maybe get your ass beat the fuck up. You been through it? Oh man. See, so how did you handle? I've been, but how did you handle being bullied? And what made you want to be? I don't know if it made you want to be a bully, but what happened to where you started to bully people? Because I feel like you said you have been both. And I guess maybe I might understand that, because with life, we're kids, and then so maybe as a child you might have bullied someone, and because of something you wanted, maybe, and then it turned around and then you got bullied on. So then maybe that was a reflection that you was like, I don't want this to happen to me. I don't like the feeling, so I'm not going to do it to nobody else. So I understand. I definitely understand. And I am sorry that you've been bullied. And I'm glad that you're no longer a bully. It's called growth and development. And I think you're a wonderful person to even be able to say, hey, I've done this. It takes a lot of courage to say that. It takes a lot of strength to recognize something that you have done in the past. That is such a beautiful thing. Oh my God, I'm proud. Like, I love you for that. Uh, but, oh, okay. So I'm gonna read this out loud so people can hear. I think I gotta put my glasses on for one, because I'm blind as shit. And I think that is wow. So I'm gonna read what you just said for people who can't see. You said, "Nah, bullied as a child, became a bully when I got older. Then I found Jesus." Oh my gosh! And let me give you that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Let me make sure there's not another message here, because my screen is showing me that there's another message from you. I just want to make sure I address it. Yes. Well, honestly, I understand. Bullied as a child, man. But for you to be able to recognize that and say that, and you found Jesus in the midst of that, that is wonderful. The blessings that you can speak on that is so beautiful to me. And being able to find God and find that inner peace, and that Jesus is telling you don't have to bully this person and you don't have to treat people that way. And you got older, you understand those circumstances, and I salute you. I salute you 100%. I salute you in several ways. I salute you, one, because one, you found your inner peace, which was Jesus, because he gives us that peace, he gives us that breath, he gives us the okay, and you found that. And man, I just think that being bullied as a child is hard. And how was you able to overcome, being bullied as a child? Was it, you know, I don't even know if that's the correct question to say, but I'm proud of you. And I love you for getting on here and saying that, because it takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to say what a person does. But guess what? There was light at the end of that tunnel, because you found something more phenomenal than loving yourself, which is the man above. So I think you're a wonderful person, and I'm glad that you overcame that. So honestly, that is a blessing. So I would like to say that I appreciate you and your comments. And all right, let me get this message here. Uh-oh. So thanks, but I don't know, deal with it. I think it caused me to bully really. But you know what? You still are identifying things that you recognize. And that is wonderful. I don't know, I know that's hard. That I don't know. I know it's hard that you said that it's hard to deal with, you know, and it's probably something that you continue to have to battle with, but there is an outlet and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You're no longer a bully. And even if that's your past life, that is your past. You know what I mean? It is gone now. You're not that person. That person has been gone, and that whole spirit of bullying people is now gone. It is crippled, and it can you will no longer do that to people. And if you see other people doing it, then you're probably that person. Be like, hey, that's not right. And we need more people like that. So I salute you very much, Chili Jelly. I think it's wonderful. um and so I'm going to cast off. Are you I'm going to cast up. You are very much welcome. And I want you to know I love you, even though I don't know you. I'm not saying I'm in love, because there's a difference. But I love the strength in you. And I love that you found God above to give you more strength and to be able to carry on, because he's definitely my follower. I do everything before him. He's the reason why I'm on this podcast today. He's the reason why I'm alive. He's the reason why we're all here, right? So let's give a shout out and a clap to the man that makes everything possible. And I also would like to say thanks anybody that listened today. Thank you for being a part of my podcast. It is gloomy outside, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. And always remember, you're worthy, you're wonderful, and no matter what you go through, keep your back against the wind, and you are not alone. For God forever will walk with you through any storm that comes your way. You can do it. It's going to be okay. We got this in the bag. Thank you, Lavonda Ray Marshall, signing out. Thank you for saying you love the show. Thank you for liking my show. I just had to let you know that I appreciate that, and I wanted you to know that I did see that. Thank you so much.